Good afternoon, everyone. The Selectmen's meeting is now called to order April 10th at 4 p.m. I'm going to take a roll call to see if everybody's here, which I think they are. Sheila?
Here.
Ed?
Here.
Mike?
Here.
Pat?
Here.
Alan, I'm here. Okay. This is a virtual Board of Selectmen's meeting. We are using the Zoom conferencing format. The agenda on the town's website has the information needed for the public to participate by Zoom conferencing format or telephone. If you wish to participate through Zoom, you can join Zoom meeting. The meeting ID is 684-081-248. You can also dial in by phone on the East Coast at 929-205-6099 or in the rest of the United States at 301-715-8592. You'll be asked to enter the meeting ID number, which is 684-081-248, followed by the pound sign. If you're conferencing in by phone or through Zoom and watching this on cable or YouTube, you must turn down your volume or we'll be receiving feedback. As always, you can watch us on television on channel 1301 or stream us on YouTube at Kennebunkport Television. During the meeting, only the selectmen and the town manager will be on screen with audio connected. All other participants will be blacked out and audio muted except when the board solicits public input. I ask that the public take turns when talking, allow others an opportunity to talk once you have made your point, and identify yourself when talking. We appreciate your support and patience as we work our public meeting process to allow for public input while we carry on necessary town businesses. I'm going to turn this over to Mike for some more instruction. You there, Mike? We're golden. Okay, item 2, pursuant to 30-AMRS 3009, the Selectmen will hold a public hearing regarding the enactment
Can you check the mailbox out front and make sure?
Of the following provision to be included in the town's traffic and parking ordinance. Section 1H, emergency regulations during the state of emergency declared by governor. In the case of a state of emergency declared by the governor, the town manager, in consultation with the chair of the Board of Selectmen, may promulgate such traffic and or parking regulations as she deems necessary to protect life and property and to preserve critical resources in the town, including but not limited to regulations prohibiting or restricting parking and or the movement of vehicles in areas within the town. Such emergency regulations shall remain in effect until the termination of the state of emergency by the governor of Maine, at which time will expire unless sooner terminated by the town manager or the Board of Selectmen. I will now open up the public hearing.
So I'm just going to start with any written comment we have received. So we did get a note today from Louis Braxton Jr. of 128 Ocean. And he has 4 suggestions. One of them is specifically about parking. But one is to reduce salaries over $50,000 by 20%. Wages and salaries over $36,000 by 5% to show the town is mindful of the citizens' problems and reductions in sales tax. 2, forgive property taxes during the state of emergency. Reduce town staff by 5 to 20% to cover budget shortfalls. 3, open all parking spaces around City Hall for the use of taxpayers and residents. 4, stop work projects not deemed emergency and make no new parking rules.
Is that it?
That was it.
Okay. So Michael's going to go ahead and be the moderator of the virtual Zoom public meeting. You have no hands?
Can you just remind people again how to raise their virtual hand?
Okay. I'm going to close the public hearing. I'm looking for a motion to adopt this ordinance amendment.
Alan,
Yes.
should we not make mention of the written article?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm going to do that after I get a first and a second, then we'll have a discussion. Right?
Why don't you read it first?
Shouldn't we discuss it in the public hearing?
I don't know. Is that Lori?
I think you certainly can.
Okay.
I think it would make sense to certainly read the language so people know what it says.
Okay, we can take it by step, one at a time. Lori, can you read it back?
Yes. So the language would add a new paragraph at the end of the current parking control ordinance, and it would be called Section 1H, Emergency Regulations during State of Emergency declared by Governor.
No. I'm talking about the gentleman who wrote in.
Yes. You want me to read it again?
Well, what I'm thinking is we ought to respond to it.
Okay. So the first item was reduce salaries over 50,000 by 20%.
No.
Wages and salaries over 36,000 by 5% to show the town is mindful of the citizens' problems and reductions in sales tax.
Okay, I don't agree with that. I don't know about anybody else.
Keep on going.
Is that something we want to discuss?
No, I don't.
I think
No,
we
okay.
table this for where we can discuss it, and I mean, this is the first we've heard of it. I think that what we should do is be able to get a copy of it and digest it and then discuss it.
All right, okay.
That would
I
be
just didn't want it to go away.
No, I wasn't going to let it go away. I was going
Okay, all right.
to do it
I'm
at
sorry.
a final discussion, but that's
I
fine.
got,
We'll do it
All
any
right,
way you guys want to do it.
I'm fine.
whatever
Okay.
you want. It's okay, whatever you want.
So what do we want? Do you want to,
I said, well, I made a recommendation for consideration that we
Right.
get
And-
a copy of it so we can, and then digest it and then have a meeting on it, or a public meeting. I'm not saying not a public meeting, but I think, this is the first I've heard of it. I'd like to think about it. And
Okay.
I don't think very well on a computer.
so maybe we can talk about it at our next selectmen's meeting.
Okay, that's fine. I just
Is that
didn't
okay?
want it to go away.
Why don't I scan it and I'll email it to all of you.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we continue on though with a motion, can we not?
I make the motion as written.
Okay, I have a first.
Second,
Sheila's the first. Mike's the second. Any more discussion? Hearing none. I'm going to take a roll call vote. Sheila,
Aye.
Pat,
Aye.
Mike,
aye.
and Ed.
Aye.
And Alan says aye. The motion carries 5-0. Okay, other business. Sheila,
None.
Ed,
I have none.
Pat,
I have nothing.
excuse me, Mike.
Oh, I have nothing either.
All right, and I have nothing.
Although,
Go.
can we just, Alan, just one more thing. Happy Easter, anybody who's watching.
Happy Easter to you.
Thank you.
Lori, do you have any other business?
I would just want the public to know that originally you guys had discussed having a meeting with the beach committee. on Monday, April 13th. And due to the actions that have already been taken at the beach, both the Board of Selectmen and the Beach Committee were in agreement to not meet on Monday, April 13th, but that you may choose to meet at a later date.
That's fine.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Sheila first, Ed seconds it. Excuse me. I'm
That's
gonna
it.
call a roll vote. Sheila,
Aye.
Pat,
Aye.
Ed,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
and Alan votes aye. 5-0, the motion carries. Thank you kindly for showing up.
Lori, do you need our signatures tonight?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Good night. Happy Easter, and we'll
Happy
see you.
Easter.
virtually.
Nice to see you all.
Yes,
Sheila,
again.
you're on.
Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Hey,
Yeah.
good night.
Good night.
Good night.